Types of elements. Depending upon the physical and chemical properties, the elements are further subdivided into three classes, namely metals and nonmetals and metalloids. Metals are those elements which reflect light and hence possess luster. They are good conductors of heat and electricity, malleable, that is hammered to form sheets, and ductile, that is can be drawn into wires, exist as solids at room temperature, except mercury, and possess high density. Some examples of common metals are copper, silver, gold, aluminum, iron, lead, tin, nickel, chromium, mercury, etc. Majority of the elements, that is about 65%, are metals. Non-metals are those elements which do not reflect light and hence do not possess luster. The only exception being iodine, for that they are brittle, poor conductors of heat and electricity, except graphite, and exist in all the three states. Examples: sulfur, phosphorus, iodine, etc. are solids. Bromine is a liquid, while oxygen, nitrogen, hydrogen, chlorine, etc. are gases. Metalloids are those elements which possess the characteristics of both, that is metals as well as non-metals. Some important example of metalloids are arsenic, antimony, bismuth, etc. Compound. Compound are pure substances containing more than one kind of elements or atoms. Further, it is found that the elements present in the compound are always in a fixed proportion by mass. Hence, a compound may be defined as follows. A compound is a pure substance containing two or more than two elements combined together in a fixed proportion by mass, and which can be decomposed into its constituent elements by suitable chemical methods. Further, the properties of a compound are completely different from those of its constituent elements. That's the main portion. Water, for example, if a compound containing hydrogen and oxygen combined together in a fixed proportion of 1:8 by weight, it can be decomposed into its constituent elements, that is hydrogen and oxygen, by passing electricity through water after acidifying it to make it a good conductor of electricity. Further, the properties of water are completely different from its constituent, hydrogen and oxygen. For example, hydrogen is a combustible gas, oxygen gas is a supporter of combustion, whereas water is neither combustible nor a supporter of combustion but extinguishes fire. A few other common examples of compounds are carbon dioxide, sulfur dioxide, sulfuric acid, nitric acid, hydrochloric acid, caustic soda, washing soda, baking soda, common salt, copper sulfate, nitrite, niter, etc. Types of compounds. All the compounds may be divided into the following two categories: organic compounds and inorganic compounds. Organic compounds are the compounds containing carbon and few other elements like hydrogen, oxygen, nitrogen, sulfur, halogen, etc. These were originally obtained only from animals and plants. Inorganic compounds are the compounds containing any two or more elements out of more than 114 or 115 elements, known as so far. These are usually obtained from minerals and rocks. The names and formula of some inorganic compounds are given in the table on the next page. Mixtures. Mixtures, a material containing two or more substances, elements or compounds in any proportion, is called a mixture. The properties of a mixture are the properties of its constituents. Further, a mixture can be separated into its constituents by simple physical methods. Types of mixtures. There are two types of mixtures: homogeneous mixtures and heterogeneous mixtures. A mixture is said to be homogeneous if its composition is uniform throughout. Name and formula of some inorganic compounds. Alum, ammonium, aluminum sulfate, NH4 whole twice, SO4, Al2SO4 whole thrice, 24H2. That its formula. Alum. Blue vitriol, copper sulfate, CuSO4, 5H2O. Baking soda, sodium bicarbonate, that is its chemical name. Formula is chemical formula NaHCO3. Bleaching powder, calcium chlorohypochlorite, chemical name. Formula CaOCl2. Caustic soda, sodium hydroxide. Caustic soda, also called as in the chemical base, it is called as sodium hydroxide. Formula is NaOH. Caustic potash, potassium hydroxide, KOH. Chyle saltpeter, sodium nitrate, NaNO3. Carborundum, silicon carbide, SiC. Calomel, mercurous chloride, Ag2Cl2. Corrosive sublimate, mercury chloride, HgCl2. Okay, next in the next video.